I'll show you how to sculpt a great set of abs using just your body weight and a few square feet of floor. First, we'll expose why most bodyweight ab workouts are a waste of time. Then we'll go through the 4 ab exercises we'll be using, and at the end, combine them into a full, downloadable workout that you can use anywhere. So, there's 3 things that we're gonna do with our ab workout that will make it far more effective than most bodyweight ab workouts out there. First, to build a great balanced looking midsection, there's 4 regions that you need to make sure your ab workouts are hitting. A 2010 study on tennis players helps explain the potential dangers of failing to do this. The researchers analyzed the muscle development of the players' abs and found major imbalances. In fact, when comparing the left and right sides of their abs, there was a 35% difference in the size. There were differences seen in the growth of the upper and lower section of the abs as well. This disproportionate growth is obviously attributed to the fact that tennis players work predominantly on one side, but it helps illustrate the fact that the same can occur from an ab routine that favors certain regions and movements over the others. Second, the abs are just like any other muscle. You can actually build them up to make them more visible. However, most bodyweight ab workouts don't make their exercises more difficult over time to continuously stimulate growth in your abs as it gets stronger. And lastly, how many times have you done an ab exercise yet felt it more in your hip flexors or your lower back instead? Many ab exercises are just poor choices and should be avoided for this reason. Today's workout is going to solve each one of these 3 common problems. Let's learn how by diving into the first exercise. Okay, so the first exercise we'll cover will be the most demanding. It's going to target a region called the TVA. Also known as the transverse abdominis, this is perhaps the least talked about ab muscle. You actually can't see this muscle because it sits beneath your abs. But when well trained, it plays an important role in creating a better looking midsection. And it does so by acting like a natural corset, pulling the abs in and tightening the waist. It also has the added benefit of making the sexiest muscle on a man more prominent, aka those 2 lines that start near the hips and come down towards the happy place. So to best work this muscle, we're actually going to recreate a no equipment version of a great gym exercise, the ab rollout. The ab rollout has not only been shown to work your 6-pack muscles extremely well, but it also forces the TVA to contract hard to stabilize our spine as we move forward and back. To recreate this without a roller though, get onto all 4s with your hands under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Move into something called posterior pelvic tilt by rotating your hips and contracting your abs. Pull your belly button into your spine to fully activate your TVA. Then, from here, slowly walk your hands out forward, but go only as far as you can without breaking this form and arching at your lower back, and then walk your hands back. As you get stronger, you want to progress it over time by trying to get your hands further and further out. Don't worry, it's totally fine if it's just a few steps at first. Trust me, it's going to improve over time. Now we're going to move on to the next most demanding exercise to target the lower abs. Now the key to effectively targeting the lower abs is to use what's known as bottom-up exercises, where the bottom half of your body is brought up, such as with leg raises. These types of exercises, however, are where most people have a lot of trouble feeling it more in their hip flexors rather than their abs, so pay close attention to the form I'm about to show you. First, lie on your back with your arms straight by your sides and knees bent to 90 degrees. To pre-activate your lower abs, initiate posterior pelvic tilt by squeezing your glutes and contracting your abs. Your lower back should flatten against the floor as you do this. Next, don't think about raising your legs. Instead, simply curl your pelvis up towards your belly button. Then, on the way back down, avoid arching your lower back and instead make sure it remains flat against the ground when you reach the bottom. When done properly, you should feel a strong contraction in the lower region of your abs. To make it easier, you can simply tuck your knees in towards your upper body more. As your lower abs strengthen though, you can increase the difficulty by straightening out your legs more and more. By the way guys, just so you're aware, I've compiled this ab workout into a free PDF for you to download so you can quickly reference it when you're performing it. It's complete with step-by-step picture tutorials and instructions for each exercise. To download it after watching the rest of this video, just head over to builtwithscience.com/abs@home and I'll send it right over to you. I'll also link this in the description box and in the comments down below. But for now, let's get back to exercise number 3 and hit those upper abs. So to target the upper abs, we'll now want to use what's known as a top-down exercise. This is where the top half of your body is brought down, such as with crunches. Speaking of crunches, since our upper abs will already be quite fatigued from our previous 2 exercises, it actually makes a less demanding movement like a crunch the perfect option. But to make them effective and avoid messing up our backs, there's a specific way that we'll want to do them. First, set up by lying on your back with your knees bent and hands placed behind your head. Place a rolled up t-shirt or towel under your lower back to increase the range of motion your abs go through. Now, given the role of the upper abs, we don't need to come all the way up, as that's just going to work more over hip flexors. Instead, all we're going to do is lift the shoulder blades up off the ground by flexing the spine and then come back down. Avoid yanking your neck as you come up and avoid using momentum. Take it slow and really feel the upper abs working. Once that becomes too easy though, you can progress these by placing your arms straight over your head or add weight using a bottle or stuffed backpack. Alright, so before we dive into how to best perform the full workout, we're going to complete it by covering the last region, the obliques. These muscles, they're best trained with exercises that rotate the torso. Our move of choice is a well-known exercise, Russian twists, but the problem with this popular move is that they're often performed in a way that makes the exercise far less effective at working the obliques. To avoid this, it starts with a proper setup. Sit on your butt with your knees bent and feet on the floor. Sitting too far upright will make the exercise easier but less effective, so try to angle your back to about a 45-degree angle. From here, the goal is to touch either side of the ground. But your hands aren't what activate your obliques, so avoid just reaching with your arms and not rotating much at your torso. Instead, let your shoulders dictate your rotation. So when you reach to each side, focus on trying to line up your shoulder with your leg. For example, your left shoulder lining up with your left leg when you twist to the right. Doing this will force you to rotate your torso and engage your obliques as a result. And to progress this move over time, you can raise your feet off the ground slightly and try to reach further and further out with your arms to force your obliques to work harder to stabilize your body. Alright, so now let's get into how to perform the full workout for the best results. You're going to perform this workout as a circuit, moving through one exercise to the next with just 15 seconds of rest between each exercise to catch your breath. After you run through it once, you're going to rest for 2 minutes, and then you're going to repeat it for a total of 3 times. As for reps, for the walkouts, aim for 5 to 10 reps. For the reverse crunches and the regular crunches, aim for anywhere between 10 to 25 reps. And for the Russian twists, you'll do as many as you can within 1 minute. Now you can do the workout 2 to 3 times a week, but what's most important is that as you get stronger, you're trying to increase your reps and using the progressions that I mentioned earlier. This is what's going to be key to helping your abs grow and pop more over time. And as mentioned earlier, for a free downloadable PDF of the full workout with tutorials, just head over to builtwithscience.com/abs@home and I'll send it right over to you. But keep in mind guys that no matter how hard you train your abs, you're not going to get the six-pack you're after without a solid diet plan in place. That's the secret behind the incredible transformations that thousands of our members are getting using my Built with Science programs. Within each program, you're shown exactly how to train and how to eat to lose fat and build muscle. To start today, just head on over to builtwithscience.com and take our free 60-second quiz to find out which of our programs is best for you and your body. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. You can click here for more ab exercises or click here if you need some help with nutrition. I'll see you next time.